Let's begin. Okay. Hi guys, good afternoon. How are you guys today?
We're good in
Good.
yourself?
Good as well. So today's gonna be our final session. So remember that you guys gave me your assessments that you guys did at the beginning of the therapies before we even started anything that I gave you guys the assessments.
Yeah.
And then I returned them to you again and then made you do them again.
Yes.
So basically what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go over them together. So the thing here is mainly to see if there was an improvement or if there's some areas that still need improving. Okay?
Okay.
Do you guys have any issues with that? Any questions regarding
No,
that?
we're good.
Okay, so when you guys came in the first session, you guys mentioned that your main issue or your main problem was communication, right? You guys were struggling to kind of understand each other and yes, and communicate with one another. So, I have printed out your little assessments. It's actually very simple and very yeah, very clear. So at the beginning, when I first received the assessments, so if you guys can recall, the assessments go from green light, yellow light, and red light. You guys recall that? Yes?
Yes.
So one of you guys were in the green light and the other one was in the yellow light. So none of you guys were in the red light, but one was feeling very comfortable and the other one wasn't, right? So now that I received the assessment, both of you guys are in the green light. So according to what you guys gave me back, so when it comes to little arguments and when it rarely escalates into ugly fights. Remember one of the times we were talking that you guys struggle with that? Do you guys feel like that? Like it has de-escalated to that point or it hasn't?
I feel like it's easier to talk things through instead of allowing them to escalate. So
Yeah, I feel like we open up
maybe
more. Like it's not just like what I'm thinking in my head and she doesn't know. I feel like we're both on the same page more now.
Okay, perfect. Does any one of you feel like your partner criticizes you or relates you, your opinions, feelings, or desires?
no.
No.
No? Okay, so we're good. Um, so how are you guys doing with how you guys are expressing your words? Because remember we talked about that it used to be like maybe you're one of you guys is joking and then the other one is like, oh no, like this is offensive. Do you guys think that that's something that has also gotten better or no?
Yeah, I don't see it happening. Like sometimes I even catch her say like, no, I mean again, obviously that's a joke. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like I don't take it personally as like a first off. It's more like me processing, yeah, obviously she wouldn't me say that to hurt me. Like it's just a joke. But she still reassures me by saying it verbally after, just in case I didn't already get that.
So you guys are talking things through now. So you guys are being more like, hey, like let me reassure you, right? From both
Yeah,
sides.
there's that reassurance.
Okay, that's
That's what
perfect.
I
I'm
put it.
glad to hear that. And then lastly, who tends to withdraw from the arguments? Because still in that answer, there's some inconsistency. So what do you guys feel?
I do think I haven't changed much there just because that's how, like, that's me having my, I don't want to say my guard, but like, that's just how I'm kind of remaining. Like, I feel like it's not necessary, but like, it's still there in a way.
Mhm. And Emma, how do you feel about that?
Well, sometimes I do like to withdraw just so I can look back on it. Because sometimes, when you're in the heat of the moment, you might something that you don't really mean or something that has nothing to do with the actual problem. So I do like to step back and just think about it and come down a little bit and just assess, okay, so this is the problem. Let's work on it together.
So it's becoming more of a both type of things, right? So like
Yeah.
sometimes he withdraws and sometimes you withdraw. Is that
Yes.
my understanding? Yes?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, and then so I guess I'm pretty sure I'm done with the assessment. I was gonna go through each one of them, but it seems like there's no point. I just mentioned the ones that I found were some kind of inconsistencies. So, since this is the last therapy, the last session that we're gonna have, I would like to make you guys two questions. So, what did you guys learn from one another in this session?
I learned that Steven has a fear of still being rejected by me, which obviously that's not, we're married. But I learned that that is something that we overcame together and something that really helped us. Something that helped that I learned it helped me understand him a little bit better, that fear that he had. Does that
Okay.
make sense? Yes.
Yes, I
Okay.
completely understand. And Steven, on your part, what did you feel you learned from Alma throughout this experience?
Um, I learned that um she has a way, like she's got her own way of expressing her feelings, like whether like sometimes it's more aggressive, but it's like it's all still done in love. Um, I feel like right off the bat, like I interpret things directly, but I'm starting to learn that she's actually like she has different ways of kind of expressing it to me, where it's not always just straight up like, and I love you. It's always sometimes it's a joking manner, but that she feels comfortable enough to do that with me because we're so close.
Okay, that's sweet. Is there something else that you guys would like to tell each other before the therapy ends? Something that you guys want to be like, okay, let's
Like
say,
in what manner?
excuse me, what was it?
Like in what manner? Like a
Like,
cheating?
do you guys feel like you guys need to apologize or you guys need to reassure one another? Do you guys feel like you guys need anything like that?
I'm happy that we did this.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we could give ourselves like little reminders every now and again, just to keep it,
Yeah. Oh, we do have the list of rules.
Mhm.
So we do have that around. So it does help.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
I'm happy that we did this.
Mhm. Me too.
I'm happy you guys decided to do this. You guys are a really nice couple. It seems like you guys really love one another. So I'm glad that I helped you guys out in your relationship. Is there something else you guys feel you need help with? Something that wasn't assessed in the therapy sessions?
I don't think anything else came up. That was really our weakest point with each other.
Okay, so then in that case, what I want to do right now is to create like a graduation type of celebration, right? Because when we overcome something, like for example, high school, middle school, what do we always do? We celebrate, right? And learning to communicate with one another, it's hard, it's difficult. We have a lot of issues with communicating, even with our work people, even with our family. So now imagine with a partner, right? So what this is going to consist of is you guys are going to brainstorm into a way that you guys want to celebrate. But it has to be something very special to a point where you guys could come back to it and remind yourselves what you have overcome at this point. So it could be like taking a professional photo shoot. It could be, for example, maybe going out of town on a trip, or it could be something like we have with the cards with the rules, or it could be like you guys go and do a pottery together, something like that. Do you guys?
A road trip would be nice.
Yeah, we should do a
What
road
do
trip.
you think?
I'm down for that. Like,
Little hot springs
set it to go somewhere new.
or somewhere new, that'd be fun.
Mhm. I'm down to do that.
Yeah.
So what you guys could do in that case, since you guys are planning a road trip, you guys could along the road trip, of course, take pictures because you always take pictures. I'm guessing you guys take pictures, right?
Yes.
You guys take the pictures and all this stuff, but like take one day to like remind yourselves that you guys have overcome this and to never go back to your own habits that you guys had. Because that's the whole point. So the whole point is maybe to take a picture and then put it in the living room or put it in the kitchen or wherever it was and remind yourselves like, okay, at this point we celebrated that we overcame this. So there's nothing that we can't overcome in the future. Yes, does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yes.
so that's something you guys could really look into. Any final thoughts? Anything that you guys want to tell me before we end this for good?
Not really,
Mhm.
no. I feel like we're better off that, we decided to. I mean, I appreciate the help, really.
No, I'm glad to help. Were there certain aspects that you guys feel like actually helped you guys out a lot? Like at least one thing that you guys could say, like, okay, this really helped me understand the situation better.
Well, for me, it was definitely the whole rules thing, because it's nice to look at the reoccurring conflicts when it comes to our arguments. Like, for example, my lack of patience and his lack of being more direct with the problem. So it helped me at least with, okay, I need to be patient, we need to be direct, we need to, you just go down the list. So yes, that helped me on my end.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Steven, do you remember like a certain aspect that helped you out?
I think mine was like the listening and like repeating back exercise because it kind of helps us kind of capture a moment and see it from the other point of view. Um, I feel like doing more of that would kind of let me see like eye to eye, where I was at fault or where she was at fault, when certain things came up.
Yeah, definitely, because I think that exercise, it helps you to not only like listen, but to like listen like
Like pay
Actually,
attention.
listen.
like pay attention to what the other person is. Since you're gonna repeat it back, you have to like actually pay attention to what the other person is saying. And also like you have the ability to interpret. So it's kind of like reading a book, right? So when you read a book, you're not just reading it as you go, you're also interpreting it. You're understanding what the author is feeling, you're understanding what the main character wants to express or whatever it is. So I think that's the same thing that happens with that exercise.
Mhm.
But okay, so that's it, guys. I'm very happy that this worked out for you guys, that you guys are good. And remember, like, if there's anything that comes up again, like, we're here and don't hesitate on calling again. Okay?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye.